I'm guessing that because you're sitting at the piano. Initially, I was told you were going to play it on the guitar.
No, yeah.
Initially, anyway, Curvin Cruz Coda will play 1,000 Years by Christina Perry. want.
Did you not enjoy the entertainment that we just heard?
Yes. We love it. How did you tell?
And I will say that we are thinking about doing a musical in the spring. Next year. But musicals are really expensive. They're so expensive.
That's why I don't do them.
How expensive? But wouldn't you like to help us do them, David? David.
This is so unfair.
So I'm just saying, for Claire and for Evie, it would be really wonderful if we could have some financial backing. Because let me tell you, musicals are really expensive.
I think all you need is one piano.
The royalties say differently, David.
Then do something that's out of royalties.
Shakespeare did not write musicals, David. Thank you very much.
Gilbert and Sullivan did.
And with that, I would say those are patter songs. Those are not musicals. And darlings, would you say it would be nice, like the alumni, to help us? Please. Yeah!
So what I would suggest is Jonathan Wu, who's president of the Alumni Association.
Oh, Jonathan Wu and Brian Newker, who did show choir.
And
Who
Sean
did so
did show choir.
much with,
Sean sang. Sean was in the musical.
Yes.
I didn't
No,
do
what I was
anything.
going to
Thank
say
you
is
so much.
maybe we could put an appeal in the alumni law.
Of course. But
So-
David, you're up in the spotlight right now.
That's why I'm trying to pass it off to you, because I got to keep going with the program.
So continue with the program.
I'm so glad.
And I thank you, David, for letting me take this time. Thank you very much. Let us continue. And long live the arts. Thank you.
Okay. I do have a pleasant chore, and that is to pass out checks for the alumni scholarships to the class of 2023. This is the largest amount of money we've ever given out. It's now over $50,000. So I'm going to ask the scholarship winners to come up in groups. And I will ask them to step up to the podium. When their name is called, I will hand them their check. And then I will ask each of them what college they're going to go to after Lincoln. So, group 1, Joyce Liang. Would you come up, please, Joyce? Michelle Klein. J.D. Ho. Wilson Leon. Vivian Lee. Now, in this group was supposed to be Elizabeth Payne, but she could not be with us this evening because she's back on the East Coast preparing to enter Harvard. So, the recipient for the Alumni Scholarship for Academic Achievement is Joyce Liang. Joyce is going to UC Berkeley. Michelle Klein is the recipient of the Alumni Scholarship in memory of Peter Yan. Michelle is going to UC Davis. J.D. Ho has the Carl Schwartz Scholarship for special achievement. Now, Carl Schwartz was a math teacher at Lincoln in the late 80s and early 90s, and he funded this scholarship. He's going to UC Davis. Wilson Leung is the recipient of the 1955 Men's Club in memory of Doug McClendon. Where are you going to go, Wilson? Going to go to City College. Congratulations. I have to turn it down. Don't worry, you're on it. Vivian Lake is the recipient. Aren't you Vivian? Oh, good. The recipient of the 1955 Men's Club in memory of Mike McCormick. And where are you going to go, Vivian? It's going to UC Davis. Is everybody going to UC Davis? So that's group one. So group two, Mia Dunbar, Vincent Wang, Tan Leng Wang, Hillary Yu, Carly Hunter, and Joelle Wong. Come on up. Smile, you're getting a check. So who is Mia? Is it Mia or Maya? Mia Dunbar. This is the class of 2004 Leadership Scholarship. And where are you going to go to school? San Diego State. Yeah. Congratulations. Vincent Wang. Am I pronouncing that? Yeah. But I came close, didn't I? This isn't even as tough as your name. The Jean Marie Panier Soderquist Scholarship. And Vincent, where are you going to go? UCLA, that will be in the Pac-12 for only one more year. And this is a second Jean Marie Panier Soderquist Scholarship to Tan Leng Wang. Another UC Davis. It's going to be a crowded dorm room you guys have. The Dolores Daubert Lewin Scholarship goes to Ellery Yu. UC Berkeley. The Ted Sula Scholarship for Art goes to Carly Hunter. Carly will be going to SF State.
What am I doing up here? What? Okay, I'm just going to say that Carly is not only my #1 stage manager, but she is also directing one of our student-directed one-acts, which also Evie, who performed earlier, is also one of the directors. Thursday and Friday, the 27th and 28th, and also next week, the 4th and 5th, yeah? I'm just promoting our ELHS. Yeah, okay. 7 o'clock at Abraham Lincoln High School. Please come and see the student-directed one-act. Carly and Evie directed them. Thank you very much. Yeah!
We still have one more person in this group, Joelle Wong. This is another Ted Sula Scholarship for Athletic Achievement. So what's your score? baseball, flag football, and track. This is getting boring. She's going to UC Davis. Group 3, Jamie Payne, Lendro Zhang, Tiffany Hui, Yiren Wang, and Isabella Davies. Am I pronouncing that right? But Isabella, so tell me if I'm pronouncing it right. All right, the Whitehead, oh my God, I wonder what that name is. The Whitehead Family Scholarship goes to Jamie Pang. And I already know we're going to UC Davis. The Mustangs Family Scholarship in memory of Bill Mustangs, the World War II veteran. This is for JROTC, Leandro Zhang. Leandro's going to USF. The Bill Buckley Memorial Scholarship goes to Tiffany Hui. Can you guess where she's going to go? Unbelievable. You're great. Yes, you see Tiffany's. The Gordon W. Gribble Science Scholarship goes to Yiren Wang. If she doesn't go to Davis, she's going to the University of California in Santa Barbara. Where the weather might be better. Isabella Davies. This is the Ron Pang Scholarship for Special Recognition. UC Riverside. The next group, Ricky Underwood, Hardy Situ. I think Bachelor Wani is not here, is that right? That is correct, that she's not here, yes. Nikita Kartsev, Stephanie Chung, Carmen Ng. That's it. Come on up. All right, the John E. Conner Memorial Scholarship goes to Ricky Underwood. She'll be going to City College of San Francisco. The Gwen Chan Scholarship, she's right over there, goes to Hardy Situ. UC Davis. The Rick Boyle Memorial Scholarship for Basketball, as if I couldn't guess, goes to Nikita Kartsev. Nikita is a small forward. Okay. And where are you going to go? UC Merced. The Norma Bus Memorial Scholarship goes to Stephanie Chung. And it says here, Izzy, thank you. It says she's going to UCLA. One more year in the Pac-12. Association Scholarship in recognition of the president for which Lincoln is named, Abraham Lincoln. Carmen Ng. UC Berkeley. Just say Berkeley, Davis, Riverside. All right, the next group. Thank you. Congratulations. Sadie Crawford, Ashley Liang, Matthew Wong, Eva Leon. That's the next group. Don't worry, we're starting to run out of money. Which one's the? Okay. The Sandra Blair and Carol Cohen Scholarship for Social Justice goes to Sadie Crawford, who's getting the 10. Boston University. Congratulations. Sandra Blair Carol Cohen Scholarship for Environmental Justice, Ashley Liang. UC Berkeley. The Barbara Avery Excellence in Mathematics Scholarship in memory of Keiko Suda Lowry, Matthew Wong. Matthew will be going to San Jose State. Eva, this is the Charlotte Paul and Peter Ferret Memorial Scholarship, Eva Leon. She's debating between USF and UC Riverside. USF is closer. Thank you. And our last group, Jalen Sang, Xi Lin, Jad Hamadella, Clementine Costanza, Xavier Solares, and Josiah Tom. Come on up. The J. Wall Scholarship for Environmental Justice, Jalen Sang. You want to guess where she's going? UC Davis. The Diane Warden Courier Memorial Scholarship for English goes to, and I hope I pronounced this right, Xi Lin. It's getting embarrassing. UC Davis. Is it Jad Hamadallah? That's not bad. The Lincoln Alumni Car Show Scholarship, Jad Hamadallah. And where are you going, Jad?
City College.
City College. Clementine Costanza, the Kenyatta Scott Memorial Scholarship. Long Beach State. Xavier Solari. The Jeff Stahl Memorial Scholarship. City College. Josiah Tom has the Spring 1958 class scholarship. Another one going to San Jose State. All the scholarship winners stand up. You're already standing, so you can just stand up. Please stand up. Let's give them a great round of applause. Thank you and congratulations. And now to our honorees. And just a reminder, in the program, there are biographies of each of the recipients. So be sure to read them because they are probably more inclusive than what the introducers are going to say. First, Izzy, the plaque is in the back. We have created a new plaque at Lincoln that will be hanging in the Wall of Fame. And it's the listing. Thank you, Jonathan. This is the listing of all of the winners of the Distinguished Faculty Award. The last name is the one of our first honoree tonight. Now, if we put it on that back table, then people can look at it when they exit. So you should. So, to present the Distinguished Faculty Award and to introduce our recipient, who is Daniel Kim, Wall of Fame inductee, Yvonne Hines.
Thank you. I was so nervous when Mr. Kim called me and asked me to introduce him tonight. And I'm still nervous where I left my glasses at home. Forgive me. Good evening. I'm honored tonight to introduce Mr. Kim. You know him as Danny. As you read his bio in the program, you will see that at Lincoln, Mr. Kim loved his students, education, and his love for Shakespeare. That same love for education continues today at Rise Prep, where Mr. Kim not only provides transformative educational experience for all students in our beloved Bayview community, but help raise thousands of dollars to offset tuition fees for his students. Please join me in welcoming to the podium the 2023 Distinguished Faculty Inductee, Mr. Daniel "Danny" Kim.
It is an honor and privilege to be up here, and I just want to say thank you, and it is with deep gratitude that I stand before you with my family and my friends, with my esteemed colleagues that made Lincoln such a joy to teach to every day. And the lady who hired me way back when, Gwen Chan, who took a chance on a young 24-year-old teacher at Lincoln High School. I believe what brings us here today is a collective love for Lincoln and its place in shaping us into the people that we are today. We honor scholars who have achieved much and will join the alumni in being part of the Lincoln High School tradition. This Lincoln High neighborhood, of which we are all a part. For the school, in my mind, is so much more than the building at 2162 24th Avenue. It is a central community place, a spot that brings very different people together in a particular place to work out life. Look at this room. Who would imagine bringing these people together? But here we are in this particular place. I love poet Wendell Berry, who writes, "There are songs and sayings that belong to this place, by which it speaks for itself and no other. Found your hope then on the ground under your feet, your hope of heaven. Let it rest on the ground underfoot." There are songs and sayings that apply just to this place that we call Lincoln High School, the White Cliffs of Dolger, the Sunset neighborhood. I remember the class fundraisers at Eagle's Pizza, late nights in room 104 trying to get the newspaper out by deadline, the senior breakfast at the Irish Cultural Center, the local Taraval Safeway, where I would go and pick up snacks for that day's class, and the clerk Cindy would greet me in the morning. The Taraval Post Office, where a lot of my students' parents worked. Stonestown, where my wife would never like to go because students would always stop us and say, "Mr. Kim, Mrs. Kim." All of these places were part of the larger Lincoln neighborhood that shaped me and taught me that life happens in context, in a place, in a neighborhood, with people. I'm not sure students will remember a particular grammar lesson that I taught, but what they do remember is day one. In the summer, I would take the yearbook from the previous year, I would go to the counseling department, get the class list for that next year, and I would memorize my students' faces and names before they entered the classroom. I would stand outside that door, and I would greet them one by name, and they were freaked out. Either you're a stalker or something, but what they learned was that in NB18, they would be known, they would be seen, and they would find a place in my classroom. They would come to learn that something different was happening there. And my job was simply to reawaken what was already there, but somehow got lost through the years. A love of story, a curiosity for ideas, a hope to connect. I am in another chapter of my life now as an administrator and development director at Rise University Prep. Thank you. Yay! It's not the school startup. It's kind of crazy. It is a different school, a different job, and a different neighborhood. But I'm still practicing the same things that I learned at Lincoln High School. Resting my hope on the ground underfoot, and experience and getting to know each person I come into contact with as a neighbor. Many of you come back to this place because it is a place you were known, and dare I say, loved. In the end, that might be what just matters. The Lincoln hymn begins, "High on a hilltop, mid sand and sea." What is recognized is a place where Lincoln resides. This song and saying is particular to that place that we share. It is not heaven, but this neighborhood and the people in this room are where we get to practice our hope of what life would be. Is it too lofty? Too antiquated for our virtual world? I hope not. This is the concrete neighborhood, the tangible place that we have found ourselves, and where Lincoln is that place where we are joining and celebrating together. I thank you for this honor. I am so proud to be a Mustang, and I welcome all the alum, the new alum, that continue this onward. Thank you so much.
So I'd like to call up Mike Dagian. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Then I'm not going to try it again. To introduce our first honoree, Nancy Hersh.
Good evening, everyone. I am Mike Dagian, class of fall 1961. The year 1957, the location Baghdad Bowling Alley on Noriega and 26th Avenue. A pretty young girl turns to me and says, "Hello." Trying to think of something clever, I respond with, "Hi." Little did we know that this casual response was the start of a relationship that lasted a lifetime. It's over 60 years. Nancy and I dated for a while in high school. We went to at least 3 or maybe 4 junior and senior proms. Our relationship continued. I was attending San Francisco State University, and she was at Cal Berkeley. And often I would be using the library at the campus. I would visit her at her sorority, AE5. And one night, when she was to attend study hall, instead of sending me on my way, she somehow pulled some strings and invited me into their study hall. And there I was with myself, her, and all her sorority sisters. I don't know how she pulled this off. Hold on a second, I'll be right with you. As high schoolers, many of us had no inclination of where our careers were going to go and what we would study. It was not so with Nancy. As a freshman at Lincoln High School, she knew exactly that she would be headed to a career of law. After graduating from Berkeley Law School, Nancy merged with her father, his law firm, and the firm became Hersh and Hersh. She has a distinguished career as an attorney, and she specialized in women's health issues. At some point along the road, she met a charismatic Irishman named Joe Boyle. They married, they had 3 daughters, and now they have, at last count, 6 grandchildren. Nancy was also instrumental in setting up myself with my wife for 40 years. We have spent many days and many evenings visiting with them, watching sporting events, also swimming and barbecuing at their house in Sonoma. Nancy also had an uncanny relationship with animals. She rescued many. it would be a very common occurrence to go to her door, and as soon as the door opened, you'd be met with 3 or 4 dogs, and there'd be a cat lurking around somewhere in the house. She also rescued some horses. She had owned a few horses, and she's an accomplished horseback rider. Nancy's powerful presence has been felt by all her friends, her family, and also her professional relationships. She is an extraordinary woman and deserves to be on the Abraham Lincoln High School Wall of Fame. I'd like to introduce Nancy Hersh.
Hi, everyone. This is such an honor. I love Lincoln High School. I've loved it since I left or while I was there. And I attribute a lot of my success to having been educated at Lincoln. The faculty was wonderful. My education was superior. When I got to Berkeley, I was able to test out of the English writing because I had such a wonderful advanced comp teacher. And at my age, I forgot her name, but she was great. I tested out of the French requirement because I had Miss Shelley, who was like the quintessential, fantastic French teacher and a wonderful person to whom I attribute a lot of what I got from Lincoln. And let me just stop for a second. I know she's passed on. She was fantastic. She was a fantastic teacher. She was a fantastic person. And if you know anything about her, she was a labor leader, a union leader, and was a woman who was self-sufficient, powerful, thoughtful, dedicated, and passionate. And I think I got a lot of my passion and my interest in women's health care and women's issues from her and from being around her and being in her presence and in her class. And thank you, Ms. Shelley. Thank you so much. And thank you, Lincoln High School, for allowing me to be educated in a way that, to me, is as good or better than any other education I could have gotten. I love Lincoln High School. Thank you so much, Mike, for introducing me. That was really a wonderful introduction. Mike and I have been friends for more than 60 years, my old Lincoln High School friend, and I have another Lincoln High School friend here, Gary Moss, who's going to come up and just say a couple of words. I'm supposed to remind you. After I'm done. And I don't have much more to say except that I thank my friends and family who are here. I'm a lucky, lucky person. I have a wonderful family. I have 3 wonderful daughters, all of them are very accomplished, and 6 grandchildren. Oh my God, how did that happen? I thought it's never going to happen, but it happened. I know how it happened. Very, 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 very lucky. And 2 of my daughters can't be here because they have just newborns. And one of my daughters, who is here, Sarah Maeve, has a newborn, but she's separated for the first time from her daughter to come here and be with me. Royal is here, and his nephew from Ireland, and my very close friends, all of who have come to support me. Thank you, everybody. Tremendous honor. I could not be happier. I really am thrilled, more than thrilled, to have this honor. Thank you so much. And I have respect.
My name's not in the program. So you need to write it down.
You have to spell it.
That's not hard. That's not hard. Good evening. Good evening. Two sentences. I wrote 4 pages. Nancy, some weeks ago, asked me to introduce her or speak on this occasion. And I will say that I was very honored and feel very privileged to address you. I must say, first of all, I'm class of 61. And if I ask people to raise their hands who were before that, I don't see many hands. I think. I want to congratulate all of the recipients of scholarships. I also want to say that I'm an alma mater of 3 of the schools, well actually 4 with Abraham Lincoln, City College, San Francisco State, and USF. So that's about me. About Nancy, I first met her at a sorority or fraternity party at Berkeley, where I was introduced to her by my date, a good friend of hers from high school. And I remember the year because I heard all through the night, I want to hold your hand by a group of some notoriety. For those of you who don't remember who sang that song, it seems if you in any event, it's been many, many years, my pleasure. You've been a friend of Nancy, a dear family, through all this time. I want to also say, I took a couple of anecdotes. I was told to limit it very much. I have 4 pages of notes. I prepared it like an opening statement or a closing argument. I did a deep dive into the organization, looking at the 68 prior inductees and what they did to deserve the honors. Pretty remarkable group. There were 13 entertainers. I could tell you all categories, but I won't. But there were 10 individuals who began their careers in law school, like Nancy. And congressmen, there were appellate court judges, justices, a couple of mayors, an august group, and to which tonight is added Nancy Lee Hersh, a fierce advocate, tireless advocate of women's health issues. It's just a very righteous person. I had the honor of practicing law with her. And Father Leroy Hersh, I'm pausing because he was a mentor of mine, and other people that were outstanding trial lawyer, a great man. I want to tell you one anecdote about Nancy. Maybe I'll tell you a couple. One is that after I began practicing law, to supplement my meager income, I was a bar grader. I graded bar examinations for applicants to the bar. Read a couple thousand, perhaps, in the area of constitutional law, common law. And I recall that one night I read a book. First of all, it was legible. Great penmanship, and that was pretty unique. Mind you, perhaps 3 to 5% of the applicants were women at the time, the rest were guys. Their handwriting sucked. This was a work of art, and it was one of those, it was 95 or 100. I hated to give 100s because it meant that that person did a better job than I could. So 95. But this one I had to give 100. I said, you know, I met Nancy, I knew about her, Phi Beta Kappa, at UC Berkeley, outstanding student at Bolton, one of 3 women at the time as memory serves, only 3 at the time. And I said to myself, I wonder. My wife at the time, first wife was, as I said, was going to introduce me, good friend of Nancy's. I thought, after I finished all, I walked in and I said, Pat, do you recognize this handwriting? Yeah, Nancy Hersh. I said, yeah. Okay. Okay, I don't know that I've ever told that story, certainly not in public, because I don't know if exactly what it's about. I should disclose, you know. Nevertheless, I don't think it's romantic. Brilliant, brilliant person. I want to say one more. I believe, and I have no inside information, I have no reason to say this, I don't know my belief, that Nancy is being honored at this time, recognized in this evening by this August organization in the wake of Dobbs versus Jackson. Because of her pioneering and tireless effort to represent individuals, but especially, and not surprisingly, women. Health issues, injuries caused by reckless corporations have caused injury to women. She's been a pioneer since the 70s. And continues to be so. That's what I have to say about Nancy Hersh. Everyone,
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Derek. Thank you, everybody.
Now, before we continue with the honorees, I forgot to say something. We were out at Lincoln today to look at the Wall of Fame and the new plaques for our two honorees this evening. And I noticed that the sign at the corner of Quintero and 24th, which the Alumni Association gave to the school, is not operating.
Yeah, thanks.
And it's going to cost, evidently, about $20,000 either to repair or replace it. That's the number I was told today. Anyway, I want to announce the Alumni Association wants to start a fund to repair or replace that sign, and that we're trying to raise, in conjunction with the PTA, $20,000. We're going to start off, my brother and I are going to each give $1,000, so that'll get us somewhere on the road. I hope you all consider, I think that there's going to be an announcement on this on the website, and you can make the donation through the website. Now, Joe, I'm going to mispronounce your name. Barthelemy? I'm astounded. Come on up to introduce Dr. Winifred Kessler.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Winifred Kessler's slightly older brother. I'm also a proud alumnus of Lincoln High School. If you were to open your fall 1965 yearbook, you can see that Karen Lee and I were slated as the most intelligent of the graduating students. Next year, when he graduated, and in the fall 1966 yearbook, she was listed as most intelligent student. Since that time, our trajectories seem to have diverged somewhat, not totally. I can say here I am up here, I'm 75 years old, and still schlepping toys, if that makes any sense. And Winnie is here tonight, being feted as the Wall of Fame honoree. Now, my wife told me not to despair, that I've had a very productive and successful life, continue to. primarily because I married her. And I'm not going to debate that one at all. But still, I've had this nagging question since this whole thing came up as to how did we get to then, from then to now? And I kind of found some fuel for thought in the bio that you all have on your table, in particular, this one passage. Quote, "She entered a field that was almost exclusively male, finding herself the first female in every one of the jobs comprising her career. Wildlife, forestry, etc. And I thought to myself, how did that happen? I mean, was she born with a certain ability? Or did she develop it? Or was she taught it? And I pondered that for a bit, and then I had an inspiration. My sister Winifred was extremely lucky to have two older brothers who helped guide her and instruct her during her formative childhood years. It seemed obvious to me, and role models as you have. So I gave her a call, all excited about my intuition, and told her she was extremely lucky to have two older brothers as mentors. And there was kind of a pause on the telephone for a while. She finally uttered, "You weren't mentors, you were bullies." "Well, bullies," she said. "Now, you have to take my word on this. I spent some time developing a narrative about our childhood and upbringing to justify my viewpoint, but I'm afraid it's a little bit too long for this introduction. So let's just say we bantered back and forth on this subject for some time with no compromise. She said, "Bully." I said, "Mentor." And I was afraid we were going to be here tonight at loggerheads and ruin the whole show. And suddenly, though, there was clarity and complete agreement. There was no disagreement. It was all a matter of semantics. She said, "Bully." I said, "Mentor." We were both. We were rhetoric mentors. And I don't know if anybody agrees with that assessment, but, maybe it was tough love that moved her along. Maybe not. Anyway, it's my piece. No hyperbole or prevarication intended. And now I'll turn the platform over to my sister, Dr. Winifred Kessler.
It's a very risky thing to ask your brother to introduce you. I will absolutely agree with him that having two older bully brothers was instrumental in being able to navigate my way through these fields. So hats off to you, Joe.
Anytime.
So I'm just so honored to be here getting this recognition. I thank you all for coming. And I've been thinking back on my time at Lincoln High School, and I never could have imagined myself being in this honored position. Especially for the two things being celebrated here. One is the fact that this award honors people for a career accomplishment in leadership. Now, we had a wonderful cadre of student leaders in our class. Ron, Linda, Amanu, thank you for coming. But I wasn't one of them. I could not imagine myself a leader at that time. Thankfully, I had some good role models, so I'd eventually get there. And second, I would not have imagined being honored for the accomplishment in a particular career that I have been in my lifetime. I had no idea that a possibility existed for a woman to be in a career in wildlife conservation. To my high school self, the choices seemed pretty limited. There was teacher, there was nurse, secretary, dental hygienist, and I kind of ran out after that, right? Nothing wrong with those wonderful fields, it's just that the lack of other alternatives was there. So in reflecting on this honor, I'd like to share 3 things I'm particularly grateful for. First of all, I'm really grateful to have been able to attend Lincoln High School, which really did provide a solid foundation for continuing my education at UC Berkeley, same as Nancy. And in particular, I feel indebted to biology teacher Mr. Waldron, because he made that subject so interesting and accessible that when I got to Berkeley, it just was a natural to enroll in the zoology program and carry on from there. And second, I'm glad that the career choices for everyone today, including women, are wide open. I'm thrilled to have my granddaughters here, Callie and Adelaide. Thank you for coming. And I think it's just absolutely marvelous that they can aspire to be anything that they're willing to work for. Anything. And that's as it should be. And third, I think it's just awesome that a wildlife biologist is being recognized in this way. The first ever on Lincoln's Wall of Fame. My field is full of dedicated folks who work really hard to ensure a better world for wildlife and people. But they usually are working way out of the limelight, like in the back 40. Now, a few have gotten public attention, especially if their subject happens to be elephants, whales, gorillas, all the charismatic stuff. Yeah, you've heard of those people. Not so much for those who work on, for example, naked mole rats, hellbenders, or how about blobfish? How many blobfish documentaries have you seen? Not too many. Or in the case of my own PhD research, the Atwater's greater prairie chicken. Yes. I do think of my peers as unsung heroes in a rapidly changing world. And so, in thanking you for this honor, I also thank you on behalf of my field and all the unsung heroes in that field. So, again, thank you for this wonderful honor and for all you do to help Lincoln High School and its students sustain this tremendous record of excellence and achievement. Thanks so much.
Okay, can I ask our scholarship winners, who are, I know some of them may have had to go home, but would you come up here and help us with the hymn?
Okay.
And show
Abraham Lincoln, we will honor.
Oh, okay. That's all right. That's all right. Can we get the scholarship winners up here, please? Yeah, come on up.
While they're coming, while the scholarship.
I think this is another advertisement.
Yep. This is an advertisement for the Alumni Association. So, while the alumni are gathering, I would like to say that while Sean Cressens, our fabulous new music teacher, can we give him a round of
This is
applause?
Sean.
So, I was asked by Tony because this is a job that Kenyatta would do. My best friend. And he would lead us all in the Lincoln hymn. And we would have discussions about school and high school and education and what this period of life meant. And this organization, the Alumni Association, David, really means a lot. And I know Kenyatta would want me to say thank you. Because we have appreciated, us teachers, you recognizing our students, and the students who have come through and rewarding them with what you have given them. And so please acknowledge the students tonight once more. Please, thank you very much. And I would also like to thank and appreciate the Wall of Fame recipients tonight, because it's not just about the scholarship winners. And I hope the scholarship winners tonight go forth and recognize and keep in their hearts what it means to be a Mustang, right? What it means to be a Mustang. Because one of the things that Kenyatta and I would talk about was that we felt that even though we didn't go to Lincoln High School, that we were Mustangs. And so, Nancy, your accomplishments were amazing. You as a lawyer, that's unbelievable. The stuff that you did, that's awesome! Thank you for representing women, and thank you for representing like you did. I didn't even know. I didn't know. And I read your bio, and I read that, and I was like, what? That was amazing. Winifred, can I call you Winnie? I don't know. I feel like I can. But you are so awesome. Like did you guys read the bio? Like, I was like, oh my God. Peru, Mongolia, like, amazing. This is what we do, Mustangs, right? Danny Kim, creating a place where underprivileged, underserved can find education. And all I can say is that my heart is with you, and you know I love you. So this is the place where Mustangs gather. And this is the place where Rosemary Kamkar comes back year after year. Rosemary Kamkar, who is Gwen Chan, who Sean Yee, Brian Newker. I mean, Izzy, Tony, like I look across, I look out on faces, and I'm sorry to be so emotional, but I feel like I have to be, because I don't want you to lose this. Okay, I'm gonna rein it in, because Kiana will want me to. And I want you to know that this is special. And I want you to know that this is special. And it doesn't happen with every high school. And it doesn't happen in every place. But it happens here. And it's magical. And it's so precious. And with that, we sing together. High on a hilltop, mid sand and sea, Abraham Lincoln, we will honor thee forever, thy sons and daughters, forever along the trail, always will remember thee. Hail, hail, hail! Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elaine. Thank you all. Please drive carefully as you go home, and see you next year.
Thank